Okay, so just want to point out that this is the Nikon Z6II and I'm in automatic mode. The Z50 also in automatic mode. See over here, this is an f1.8 lens, but I want to show you something. When I'm shooting this scene over here, my ISO goes all the way up to 25,600 in automatic mode. But on this Nikon Z50 with this Tamron lens, again automatic mode, when I take this scene, he's using f2.8, the widest aperture, but the ISO is only 12,800, but the shutter speed is of course faster. So it's pretty strange that the full frame camera will be using a higher ISO instead of this APS-C Z50. So just wanted to point that out. What's up guys, Charles from TreeTanksDev. Welcome to a new video, and today I'm going to show you a new lens that I just bought for my Nikon Z50. It is an FX lens, so it can also fit on the Nikon Z6II, which I have with the FTZ adapter, or basically it would have worked with the FTZ adapter if I had bought the correct lens. So last week I actually did a video called Nikon Z50 users, where do we go from here? Because it's been 14 months since the launch of the Nikon Z50 and there are still no good Nikon Z DX lenses available. There are only two, the kit lens 16-50 f3.5 to 5.6 and a 50 to 200 f3.5 to 5.6 for the Nikon Z range. So after that video I went out to search for a lens and I bought it secondhand. I thought it was a real steal, coming in at about $750 US. But there were two things that I didn't check. First of all was the size of the lens on the Nikon Z50. The lens is extremely huge. And second of all, I didn't check that there were two versions of the lens. I actually bought the wrong version, which was the G1 version instead of the G2 version. The G2 version would have been compatible with the FTZ adapter on the Nikon Z50 or the Nikon Z cameras basically. So what lens did I buy? Unfortunately, this behemoth of a lens, guys. Check it out. This is the Tamron SP 15-30mm F2.8 DI USD VC lens, the G1 model. So unfortunately, the G1 model I didn't check. It's been discontinued and it's not compatible with the FTZ adapter. However, it still can work in some sort of way, and it does work in manual focus. It's just that the autofocusing, there is quite a lot of issues, so the video or the photograph will automatically turn off every once in a while. So I still can use this in manual focus. This works pretty alright on the Nikon Z50. Like I said, this is an FX lens. I did try it out on my Nikon Z6II and it's even worse than on the Nikon Z50. But check it out guys, look at the size, look how beautiful this lens is, extremely massive. So like I said, the first thing I didn't check was the size, because this is a vlogging camera. It'd be a little bit weird if I were to vlog with this giant lens. I mean, it is possible, but it is really tiring because this is so heavy. And the reason why I bought this, firstly, is because it's ultra wide angle, 15mm. It has a wide aperture f2.8, and more importantly, it has optical image stabilization. So, yep, I thought pretty much it was a steal, but unfortunately I didn't check the size of this, and I also didn't check that there were actually two models of this. The G2 would have been a better choice. Tamron has come up with a firmware update for this G1 model to actually be compatible with this FTZ adapter. However, you need to bring it down directly to Tamron to get it updated, and Tamron in Singapore have seemed to have disappeared. I tried calling them and emailing them, no response. So basically I'm stuck with this and able to shoot in manual focus. So really good lens. The G2 model costs about 8,200 US, so the G2 model should be better than this G1 model. But since I already have this and we can use manual focus, today's challenge will be Nikon Z50 with this Tamron SP 15-30 f2.8 lens against my latest camera, the Nikon Z6II with the Nikon Z24mm F1.8 S lens. So this will be the challenge today. Let me take off the lens cap to show you how beautiful this is. Really nice. Massive. Like I said, this can also fit on the Z6II, but I just hope that Tamron Singapore actually, I don't know where they went, but hopefully they come back so I can get this updated so I can use it on my Nikon Z cameras. So anyway, enough of talking. I'm going to start off with filming video in manual focus mode just to give you a view on whether or not the quality of this lens is good on the Nikon Z50. So let's go. Okay, so right now I'm filming on the Nikon Z50 with this Tamron SP 15-30 F2.8 G1 manual focus, 4K 30 frames per second, 1/50 shutter speed, ISO 640 at f2.8 in neutral color profile. How does it look? Is it any good? So basically after this, I'm just gonna do a comparison, just take about 5 photographs and a video against the Nikon Z6II over here, which is using the Nikon Z 24mm F1.8 lens. And I think the best way to test out this Tamron lens to see if it's any good or whether it's worth it for me to buy the G2 model, I think the best way to test out a lens is firstly at night and in automatic mode, just to see how the lens performs in its original settings, and especially at night how the Nikon Z50 system cleans up all that noise. So right now let's take a look at some photographs on the Nikon Z50 versus the Nikon Z6II. Alright guys, so that was it. Hope you enjoyed this video. How do you think this Tamron SP 15-30 G1 model performed? Do you think it's worth it for me to buy the G2 model? Or would you buy the G2 model now that you've seen the quality of this lens and how great it is against the Z6II? Leave your comments in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notifications button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.